Well, hello everybody and happy Friday Eve. It's Thursday, October 16th, 1 minute after 10 a.m. here in California. I am so excited to be here with you all today. My name is Angie Javier. I'm a national speaker with Realtor.com. And thank you so much to North San Diego County Realtors for hosting this webinar today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I have a very exciting presentation for you today. We're going to talk all about branding, from recognizable to unforgettable, strengthening your brand. Again, thank you so much to North San Diego County Realtors for putting this on today. I'm just delighted to be here. We are live, we are recording. You all will get a copy of this replay probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. And let's go ahead and dive in. So this is again a very special session that I'm here for you all today. It's all about how you can start showing up online in ways that can create more trust, build visibility, and attract opportunity. And here's the truth. In today's digital first world, everything is about digital today, right? Your online presence is no longer a nice to have. It's your first showing. It's your curb appeal. Your online presence is that silent pitch to clients before they ever even meet you. Would you agree? Now, the good news is you don't have to be a brand specialist or a social media expert to make it work. You just need a smart strategy that blends consistency with authenticity. So, visibility is the new currency of trust. The more consistently and clearly you show up online, the more trust you earn before someone even picks up the phone or texts you. And if you think about it, if people can't see you, they can't trust you. And if they don't trust you, they're not calling on you. And it's not enough these days to be a great agent. Okay. You need to be a scene agent. When someone is choosing a restaurant, like I just did over the weekend, we're trying to find somewhere to go with my friends and family. We're not just randomly going into any restaurant, right? We're on Google, we're on Yelp, we're scrolling. And it goes for anything in our lives. We need to buy a new car, we need to buy a new oven, we need a new washer dryer set. Again, all examples of me. We're all doing the same thing. We're scrolling, we're researching, we're comparing, right? And it's no different for finding a realtor. And in those quick scrolls, they're deciding, oh, is this someone I can trust? Is this someone that knows what they're doing? Do I feel like I can have a connection there? And that's what this is all about. I'm going to show you how to show up in a way that's not just polished, but a little personal. All right. And not just this idea of being present, but being powerful and that true local expert in your market. Because when people know who you are and what you stand for and how you can help them, opportunities will start finding you. So, how do we craft a digital identity? So, I'm going to break this out into three sections, right? And our first section is crafting a digital identity is to audit your online presence. You got to Google yourself from time to time and check all of the platforms. So, what does the first page of Google or the internet say about you? And when was the last time you clicked on any of your profiles, right? Are your profiles and sites up to date? Are they ready to go? So as the search starts to ramp up, I really do believe that as we get into these quiet moments and we start going into the holidays, these are the times when people are just silently searching and they're getting ready. And so many people that have been sitting on the fence, 2024, 2025, they're watching very quietly on the back on their end, right? Because 26 might be their year. And so is your digital presence up to date and telling the true story of who you are as a realtor and as a specialist in your communities? So one easy way you can audit your brand is to go to Google or the internet, wherever you're searching, and type in your first name, your last name, and keywords like realtor or real estate, because that's how smart buyers and sellers are searching. They're using real estate keywords, right? So our first name, our last name, and realtor or real estate. Now, whatever shows up on that first page of Google, which should look something like this, right? It should be your website. It should be your profile on realtor.com, maybe Zillow, either one is fine. One of your social media pages, whether it be Instagram or your LinkedIn, maybe even your Facebook page. Over to the right-hand side, if you have your Google business profile set up, that'll show up very nicely. It just looks polished, it looks clean. And this is an agent that I could dive into. I love to use Instagram. I'm going to go on his Instagram, right? Oh, he has a few stars here on Google. I'm definitely going to read the stars. And this is just the mindset of consumers today, right? And you need to get in control of these search results. All right? Because not only is it important for search engine optimization for the Google search rankings, it's even more important for the generative engine optimization, which is the AI suggestions. All right. So if you've ever been on Google lately and you're searching on Google, the AI summary that appears up at the top, more and more people every day are just relying on that AI summary by Google. And so if you think about it, if they're typing who is the best agent in Oceanside, who has the most listings in San Diego, and if the internet can summarize it, or excuse me, if AI can summarize based on the content that's available, this is how you show up in AI searches. So it's not just a Google search anymore, it's AI. And I'm meeting more and more realtors across the country who are getting leads from ChatGPT. And it's because of their content and their profiles that are completed. All right, so we need to get in control of the search so that we can be found both on the internet, both through AI, and we just don't want to get left behind. All right. Don't be another mystery agent. How many of you feel like this is your online presence right now? It's okay. No need to be embarrassed, right? Because you're in the right place. It's time to get back in control and you can do it. All right. Make time to put your strategy in order so you can be found on Google, on the internet, on ChatGPT. Don't make it hard for people to find you. All right, second on our list is how do we craft a digital identity? So I'm going to show you the three C's: clarity, consistency, and confidence. We'll start with clarity. Really, in your digital presence, who are you? How do you help? How do you do it? Okay, because when your message is kind of fuzzy, people will scroll right past you. If you are hard to decipher, people are going to keep moving on. But when it's clear and they have full clarity of who you are and what you do, people will lean in. So use a profile or bio that will instantly answer what do you do? Who do you serve on your social media headline? So whether it's on Instagram or in your About Me section of Facebook, we want to make sure that that mini bio clearly shows who you are, what your niche might be, any quotes or messages that can clearly identify what you do as a realtor. We're going to avoid vague phrases like full service realtor or passionate about helping people. Let's get specific, right? Right. I'm passionate about helping first-time home buyers in Oceanside in 2026. Be a little bit more specific so that people fully, because every realtor is, for the most part, a full-service realtor, right? Every agent I know is passionate about helping buyers and sellers. So tell us a little bit why, what that means for you and your business. All right. Next in the middle is consistency. We want to match that message, that image, and tone across all platforms. People need multiple digital touch points before they can start to know, like, and trust you. And if each platform tells a different story, you're diluting your impact. So how do we be consistent? Okay, very simply, the visual part of it, same profile picture, color scheme, logos, branding whenever possible, And this is across everywhere, your profiles, your website, social media, LinkedIn, even on your YouTube channel. All of that branding has to be consistent. Okay. I cannot tell you. So I've been to a few conferences recently. This is just a small stack of business cards of agents that I met. And some of these agents, we're going to be having a one-to-one call, discovery call here in a moment. So I'm looking them up on the internet. And a few of these, their business card is like green, a green logo, but when they emailed me, the logo was red. Right. And then there was another agent where I couldn't even find him I did the whole search with the realtor, real estate. I even went ahead and entered his team name and could not find him on the internet at all. And quite frankly, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm here to be a resource to you to help you gain that digital presence. But it's going to matter to your next buyer or seller who's interviewing you against other agents and who they're going to pick. Okay, so that consistency does matter. You need to make time. I always say for branding best practices, you want to review your branding at least twice a year. So right now is the best time, and then you look at it again around beginning of the summertime and just ensure that everything is consistent. Okay, and I know it seems very simple, very trivial, but there's still a lot of agents that I'm finding that do not have that consistency. All right. We want to make sure that on social media, we want to post regularly, even if it's just once a week to remind people that you're alive, you're active, and you're available. And so that maintains your digital presence. It shows that present and you're active right then and there. Don't just post when you get the next listing or post when it's just sold. We want to put something in between those times so people know you are an active member of the realtor community in your neighborhood. All right. Now, here's a quick pro tip. Use your agent profile that's on your MLS or even your realtor.com profile to mirror your Instagram or LinkedIn bio. Okay. These pages often rank higher in Google searches and reinforces your expertise. All right. And then finally, it's confidence. So we're talking about crafting your digital identity and the three C's. Show up as a trusted expert without overthinking it, right? Let's stop lurking and let's start leading. So, how to build confidence in your content? We want to share wins, big stories, small stories, testimonials, before and after stories. Stories is a huge strategy on social media right now. And the more you can just come on camera, tell the story of maybe a struggle that you went through or that a client went through and you had to help them overcome it. These small stories come out to big wins. All right. Show your face. Even a quick little selfie video builds more trust than a polished listing graphic. And don't be afraid to share what you're great at. Okay. I think a lot of times agents just start to overthink and they're over analyzing what they're going to say, what they're going to look like. You should have that confidence to share what it is you're good at. So, for example, I'm known for walking first time home buyers through every step of the process. It isn't bragging, it's clarifying. Okay. Confidence isn't about perfection, it's knowing how to show up consistently, offering value, and letting your audience get to know, like, and trust you. I should have mentioned this earlier. I'm going to package all of this up into an outline for you. I'm not allowed to share my slides, so I will put it all in a PDF outline and I'll send it to you all so that you will have something to work on, all right? I never want you to feel left behind after my webinars. I always want to give you the most resources so that you can carry on after our session together. All right, and finally, for crafting your digital identity, is to create a three-line digital bio that connects. So this is a really great strategy to refresh our bios. Also, I forgot to mention with your headshots and your photos, if you have not taken a headshot in the past 3 to 5 years, it's time to take a new headshot. Okay. You should be redoing your headshots every 3 to 5 years. Okay. No more headshots from 2005. Okay. All right. So how do we write a three-line bio that connects? So remember earlier when I said on your social media, on your Instagram, about me section of Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., you get about 3 lines of a bio that you can plug into that. right on your profile page. So here's how you can structure a really great bio that connects. Line one is who you are and where you serve. So make this professional and location specific. Okay. I'm a realtor. I'm a residential realtor based in Oceanside, helping buyers and sellers navigate the local market with confidence. Line two, who do you help and what are you known for? On line two, we're going to mention our niche, our audience, and what sets you apart. I specialize in helping first-time home buyers and relocation clients feel informed, prepared, and empowered. Just an example. And then finally, that personal flair, a little human hook. This is the trust building line right here, something relatable or a conversation starter. When I'm not house hunting, you can find me hiking to Trestles Beach or scouting the best local taco trucks. All right. So 3 quick lines we can put into our bio that shows who we are, where we serve, who our clients are, and a little personal flair and that human hook to start building more trust. Keep it authentic. Don't try to sound like someone else. Always use your voice. And if you're using a little bit of AI to craft these for you, that's okay. Let's just make sure that you customize and personalize the output. We're never just copying and pasting from AI into our documents or into our websites. All right. Put them into a Word doc first, edit it, be a editor, and then copy it over. We want to make it look as custom and authentic as possible. Okay. Keep it client focused, make it about who you serve, not just a resume. Again, if you think about that storytelling strategy, it helps make this more digestible. All right. So your content online, on social media, on the internet, that content is your invisible handshake. It's your proof of value, and really think of it like an open house to you, to your brand. And all of it is online. People don't just buy homes, they want connection, confidence, and clarity. And content is how people get to know you before they ever talk to you. And I'm gonna feel very confident that many of you who are on social media right now, that you have a couple people that are silently watching you, scrolling, never liking, never messaging, but they're tuned in every time you're on stories, every time you post a new reel. And that's just how consumers are today. There's nothing we can do to control that. What we do is we lean into the consumer behavior and we try to find ways that we can make better connections. So content is how people get to know you before they ever talk to you. But without that connection, even great content becomes background noise. Okay. So let's look at how to make your content stand out more to build more connections. So this is ideal for online prospecting, even if you're nurturing a farm or even just maintaining contact with your sphere of influence. How do we make the content stand out more so we can build more connections? First is in that storytelling. People, property, purpose. So here's a storytelling prompt. So these are all things that you can either plug into your chat GPTs or you can just work off of this. If this is a good handwriting exercise, by the way. A lot of these are really great if you handwrite them first and then type them in. I know a lot of times we just like to type directly onto our computers, but there's a science in handwriting, and it makes the art of storytelling and marketing a little bit more compelling. Okay, so here's the storytelling prompt. So this is you telling a story about one of your recent clients. Okay, so this is Angie and Chris, and their story is why I love real estate. Okay, that's a hook. It's a good hook to start with. What challenges did they face? What was the turning point? How did you help and become the hero that they needed to save their deal or to help them with the stress of buying or selling? All right, so storytelling, really great, simple prompt. This is client name and their story is why I love real estate. This is actually really good to introduce any client testimonials. So oftentimes you close a deal, you get a testimonial. A lot of times that testimonial just sits on your broker's website. And so you'll have to take that testimonial, put it onto Canva and make a nice little design about it. Now, when you post that, put a little caption in there and explain why this client, why you love their story and why you were the best realtor for them. So oftentimes I see client testimonials on Facebook, on Instagram, and there's no caption. Like it's just, this was the best agent I ever worked with that helped us buy our first home. Okay, right? I'd love to hear the tea. I'd love to hear a little bit more on what was the turning point for them and how you as a realtor were able to help them. All right. Next, we're talking about building connections through our content. So first is storytelling. Next is short form video. We want to continue showing up. Don't just try to keep selling in your post. Short form video is today's most powerful connection tool. And why does it work? Because algorithms love it, period. They love short form video content. Clients feel like they're getting to know you because you're talking to them in a short amount of time. 15 to 20, 30 seconds is ideal, right? We're not, I mean, I think 2 minutes is kind of pushing it. I really don't think a whole lot of people, unless you're doing a vlog cast or a podcast. By the way, vlogcast was like the first time I heard it last night, and I don't know if it's a real thing. But people will sit and listen to a podcast or to watch your vlog. But if you're just trying to drop little educational nuggets and trying to show up consistently, short form video is the way to do it. Okay, so here's your formula for success. In the first 3 seconds is going to be your hook. You're going to start with a bold question or statement like, this is my client and this and their story is why I love real estate. That's a pretty bold statement right there. It's a good hook. Value, 30 to 20 seconds, excuse me, 3 to 20 seconds is when we're going to teach, show, or explain. All right, so that's going to be the bulk, the meat of your short form video, about 20 to 25 seconds in between. And then your closing is invite them to engage. Let me know if this has happened to you before. Send me a DM if you want to learn how I can help you. Send me a DM if you would like my buyer's guide, my first time home buyer's guide for buying in Oceanside. Whatever the hook, that closing hook will be. But this is about 30, 45 seconds. It's not that long. It's not as hard as you think, okay? So this is the formula for success, really short, quick and simple, and it allows you to make more better connections with your audience and followers. And then finally, here are some more ideas for community-driven content, because when you highlight your community more, you truly show that you're a part of it, okay? So community-driven content, you can do a local loves series. So your favorite coffee shops, favorite trails, beaches, small businesses. So you can do a series every week, right? This is actually perfect coming up this, we're in this fall season, which is just the best here in California, leading up to the holidays. You can do your favorite local bakeries for holiday entertaining, right? And just go and interview all your favorite bakeries, bake shops, and things like that. Interview a local business owner or a neighbor, or if you're a part of, like your local networking associations or city council, interview people who are influential in your neighborhood. And then the last idea is to create a monthly roundup of events, farmers markets, pumpkin patches, photos with Santa, all of these things that people are looking for to bring their families and their pets, right? And why this works is it positions you as a local expert. People like to share this kind of content with their friends and family, so it's going to expand your reach. And you become more than just a realtor selling homes, which is, I'm not diminishing, it's a very big deal, but there are a lot of realtors out there, and anyone, frankly, to them could do the job. So how do you become a trusted voice and a part of the community that they can rely on? All right. Let's think about the engagement mindset. The engagement mindset. So don't just post and ghost. We want to spend a little bit of time responding, reacting, and reconnecting with our followers and sphere and audience on social. Commenting equals visibility. So really take time to respond to your audience and comment on their content as well. So if they're leaving a comment on your post or on your reel, you want to react to them and then go to their page and leave a comment or a like on their content as well. That is engagement. There's a science behind that that will help the algorithm for people to find you more because social media platforms wants to see that you're being social. Okay, easy as that. DMs, direct messages, are instant relationship builders. They're like the hallway conversations of social media. So you might post something great on your feed, but the real trust builds in those casual side chats. So just like when you're at a networking event or at an open house and you are pulled aside to talk to someone and you get to create that trustworthiness and credibility with someone. And we all know that those moments, right? For those of you that went to CAR Reimagine last month or 2 months ago, whenever that was. I'm sure many of you had one-to-one conversations with other agents, referral opportunities, things like that. I saw so many of you there, at the coffee shop and the bar area, and we're having these one-on-one conversations. That's like your DMs. Okay, how do you create that engagement and conversation so you can build more trust? And then, of course, we're back at stories. Stories equals out to intimacy and authenticity. It's the best way to show the human side of your business. Again, you're not just that agent on Instagram that's posting just listed, just sold all day. Tell some stories in between there to really showcase that you are a human being as well, and that you are someone that they can relate to. All right. So let's talk a little bit about automation, but maintaining that authenticity. We can tell when we're reading something off of AI, right? Like I was on Instagram this morning. I love Instagram, by the way. If you haven't noticed, I'm always coming back to it. It's easy to do. It's easy to train on and coach on, quite frankly. And I was just kind of scrolling and there's this agent that I've known for quite some time, and I noticed she's starting to post more and more. I said, and I'm happy for her. But then I started reading her posts, and it was just screaming Chat GPT all over, right? All of the emojis, and I'm not judging it. I'm not. But I really want you to think about it's okay to automate parts of our business, but we still need to show up authentically, right? And how to balance the two and be visible without burning out. All right. So if you're consistent online, I'm sorry, if you are inconsistent online, people might assume that you're inconsistent with your business or you're just too busy to deal with everything. All right. And the latter could be true. Absolutely. We are in a busy society right now. We are just busy, busy, busy. I'm so busy. I'm traveling. I'm busy. Right. But that's not how we want to appear in that negative way to our prospects and clients. It's okay to be busy because people want to work with busy people, but we still want to showcase that how we are authentically can still be there for all of our buyers and sellers. So but if you try to do everything manually, you will burn out, right? Or worse, you'll just stop showing up entirely. And the sweet spot is creating systems that work for you while still sounding like you. So think of automation as the engine of your marketing and branding and your business, the automation, and authenticity is the fuel. Okay, automation is the engine, authenticity is the fuel. One without the other doesn't get you very far, right? So, what are the things we want to automate in our business? Our social media scheduling, coming up with evergreen content. So, this is content that you can utilize throughout the entire year in different platforms. It's evergreen, right? So, like market updates are not evergreen, okay? Email nurturing campaigns that really focuses more on relationship building, putting value first. So a lot of your email campaigns could be done through your CRM, which a lot of it has that automation, that scheduling, even the messaging can be done. A lot of AI being embedded into CRMs right now. Your drip campaigns, All right. And then reminders. You can automate your reminders on what to post, when to post, follow up, or check in. So this is just a quick list of things that we can automate, we can set and forget in our business. And so, what are the things we should be personalizing, right? Our short videos, DMs, story replies, market insights in your own voice. So, just like those client testimonials, when you're posting a market insight or a market update, put a little caption in there and explain to us, what does that market update mean to a buyer or to a seller? Okay. So often I see these market updates, and this is the time I see them, like halfway through the month. September market update. It was a seller's market, and there's a little graph on there, but there's no context. And to you and me, we get that. We understand these market insights, but to a buyer and seller who's not living and breathing real estate 24/7, it may not be clear to them, right? And so what do? They're now asking their friends who also aren't experienced in real estate. They're going into onto chat groups or into TikTok or anything and trying to learn more on their own when you have that opportunity to teach them and they can learn from you. All right. So, personalizing the impact of the automation. The goal isn't to post more on social media or to create more marketing tasks for you. It's just to stay top of mind consistently. So, how do we do this without burning out? All right. Just pick one or two platforms that you actually enjoy and your audience is using. All right. So, for many of you, it's going to be Instagram or Facebook. For some of you, it might be YouTube has been your golden spot right now, right? You know that people are watching your videos and people are sharing your channel. All right. So just pick one or two platforms that you enjoy and that you know that the audience is watching. Batch your content once a week. So spend about 1 to 2 hours per week creating, preparing, and researching your content. We're not doing content on the fly anymore. Okay. So if you spend 1 hour, a lot of times agents will do like in the beginning of the week and then 1 hour towards the end of the week. So 2 hours total where you're researching, batching your content, getting it all lined up and ready to go. And then you just schedule them or just put a reminder to post throughout the week. Okay. Repurpose one idea across 3 places, okay, or across 2 places if you have two platforms. All right. So if you have an idea about posting, how to prepare your home for the winter real estate market, you can create that one idea and post it in multiple places. You can certainly make a YouTube video out of that. You can create a carousel post for Instagram, and then you can also create another quick short form video to post in your Facebook reel. Okay, so one idea across 3 places. And it's not about being repetitive. People are in different places, and you want to be found where they are. All right. We can utilize templates for emails, captions, and stories. So we have templates in everywhere, really. Canva templates, CapCut templates. A lot of times these templates are there for us to kind of streamline the work even better. All right. Now, the question here, is this 1 hour or two? Not quite sure. You're asking, is this webinar for 1 hour? It's 1 hour for the webinar. In preparing your batching your content, I would say 1 to 2 hours. Depends what's better for your workflow. Okay, hope that helps. Now, one way to really streamline even further is to create a calendaring plan system for you. So here's an example of a content calendar I created on Canva. This was using a free calendar template. I actually created an entire year's worth of themes and topics for realtors to utilize. This is my little freebie gift to you all today. If you want to scan that QR code, it will take you straight into your Canva app and it'll save a copy into your Canva. And you can go in there and mix the topics around. You can add things if you want to. If your goal is to post 5 times a week, well, at least you have 3 things a week now, and you can just now plan for the other 2 every week. Okay. And then also in there, I have this link here at the bottom. This is the social media holidays list that all influencers use. This is that calendar that they use. So these are things like May the 4th be with you day, National Cappuccino Day, like all of those fun. It's breast cancer awareness month. So all of those visibility holidays, remembrance days, you can find them on this calendar. This is the one that a lot of the YouTube influencers use. All right. If that was, see here. All right. Go ahead and click on that skewer. I don't have access to the chat here. I was going to drop a link, but that's okay. And again, I will include this in the summary for you all, so you'll have it all together in one package. All right, so let's now start to put it all together and create your omnipresent plan. Now, omnipresence in the realm of branding and marketing is simply being everywhere all at once, which is the internet, right? You're all over the internet, all at one place at any time. And so we're going to go through, I want you to think about your daily, weekly, and monthly habits for visibility. Are we just are we really going to be more proactive in the new year to ensure that our visibility is always on, we can always be found, and less reactive? Okay. And, there's always going to be shifts and changes in the industry, in our communities, and there's already a lot of reactive moments that we have to be ready for. But there's a whole lot more in your ongoing content that you can be proactive on. Okay. So, we already said choose 2 platforms to master, and it's going to be based on your audience and style. And there's not really a right or wrong way, right? I have agents that are just only on LinkedIn and they're doing TikTok, right? I have a lot of agents that are on Instagram and on Facebook because being one in Meta makes sense to them. So it's really up to you. Many of the agents I work with are very big into video right now. So their main platform is YouTube and TikTok. And so you're going to have to decide what works best. And then create your visibility checklist and just ask yourself, this is something you can ask yourself every week. Is my branding consistent? Am I showing up weekly in some form of video? Am I connecting with my sphere digitally at least once a week? Right? And those connections are so much easier through social media. All right. And if it's not social media, you got to at least have them on a newsletter or some kind of ongoing SOI drip campaign through your CRM. You got to have these tools in place so that your sphere knows that you're still in business, you're still alive, and that you can help them or their referrals, their friends, their kids, their family members, because that is what your sphere is for those never ending referrals, right? We know that. All right. So automation keeps you consistent. Authenticity keeps you connected. And together, they keep you top of mind. Automation, authenticity. Remember, you don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be somewhere consistently. Okay. And with content that actually sounds like you. Your clients don't expect you to post every single day or respond in 5 seconds, but they do expect you to be present and to be intentional and just human. Automation helps you show up, but authenticity helps you stand out. And this isn't about being overwhelmed with creating more content, it's about creating those connections. And sometimes that connection might have to start with a scheduled post or, relying a little bit more on AI in the beginning, and that's okay. But what makes it stick is a thoughtful reply, a thoughtful comment, or a DM. So when you automate your routine, you protect the energy for what matters the most, being real, being responsive, and being remembered. And it's just like I said, there's always something changing in the industry. Things are changing in our community, in our state, in our country. So we always have to be ready to be reactive. But there's a lot of things in our business we can set up to be proactive. All right. So again, you don't need to be everywhere, just everywhere your clients are looking. Okay, I know it kind of seems contradictory, but if we think of it in a different way, like where are our clients? How do we show up consistently for them? We went over quite a few strategies and tactics and best practices to help you create omnipresence and become an unforgettable brand buyers and sellers trust. All you need from today, this session we spent together is one thing to get started. So, how will you start? How will you start? I would love to hear from some of you. What's one thing that you picked up from today that you will implement into your business now, or you'll write into your business plan for 2026 that is going to help you make better connections and just get more referrals through your digital presence? So let me know, let us know in the chat here. So often we go to these webinars and lunch and learns and we attend breakout sessions at Reimagine and we take copious notes and we have all this intention to do new things and greater things. But the truth is, when we get back to the daily grind and back to our regular business, a lot of that gets kind of put in the drawer, gets put aside. And it's like, we'll get to it next month. We'll get to it in January. I know this, right? And so if you can start today and think about what's just one thing you learned from Angie today, and then write it in your calendar or in your business plan, then you will already be more successful. Okay. You just need one thing. And just again, make a plan on how you're going to implement it. You have to make the time to improve and evolve your brand so that buyers and sellers in your community can see you and remember you when it's time to make a move. Now, I want to share with you, we're talking about your digital presence, and I cannot go without sharing this. We're always thinking about the search journey of today's real estate consumer. And when people start looking for a home or they're just exploring real estate, they often land on a portal like realtor.com first. And in some cases, they'll find your realtor.com profile before they find your own website. So remember, they're doing smart searches, first name, last name, realtor, or real estate agent. And we have poured a lot into search engine optimization, search engine marketing terms. So we are able to invest in search engine marketing to really not only, of course, for the business of realtor.com, but to support you all as realtors. And so if you notice when you type in your name and realtor, your realtor.com profile is likely going to show up at the top. And it's even better when it's completed. It will probably show up at the first slot on a Google search. And it just makes you more searchable when they're actually on realtor.com and they're in the find an agent section. And even if you've met a client for the first time, the first thing they're going to do is go on the internet and look you up and look at your reviews and testimonials and anything that's going to help them decide if you're the right agent for them. And your realtor.com profile often shows up in that search. All right, here's the stat. Fully complete profiles on realtor.com can get up to 4 times as many impressions and 75% more leads if you would just have a fully complete profile. You can literally get this done in 10 minutes today. So that's why keeping this up to date matters. A blank or outdated profile is truly a missed opportunity. So here's what the profiles look like. This is an absolutely free way to be on realtor.com to get that visibility. We are a site that buyers and sellers trust. They know, like, and trust realtor.com. It's a big part of people's buying and selling decision, right? They're on our site researching not only how to do it, but who to do it with. So these are what your basic profiles look like. It's very beautiful, very clean. You have your image at the top. You have your ratings and reviews right there, as long as you're getting them on realtor.com. You can see your recent proof of production right here. There's your bio. All right, there's these quick little up here, little bookmarks. If they click on it, it just jumps down to make it very easier what they're looking for. I would believe that oftentimes Buyers or sellers will be in here and they're looking at listings and sales and then ratings, reviews, and testimonials. It's probably what they're looking at. All right. Now here is a quick glance, very quick glance at what it looks like visually. So there's your realtor credentials right there. As long as your NRDS ID number gets plugged in, we will pull in all your designations from NAR. And then there's all your beautiful reviews and testimonials. If you're using Rate My Agent or Real Satisfied, you can connect realtor.com in there. So those will automatically flow over into your profile. One thing I forgot to mention up here at the top, right there where it says connect or that share button, when someone hits connect here, that lead will go to you. So this is how you get free leads from realtor.com. And I know so many agents that have their profiles spick and span clean and they are consistently getting leads through their profile. Okay. Oops, I wasn't done. And then share will also allow them to share it either on their social media or with a friend and family via email or text. But these two ways allows them to connect directly with you. All right, so how do we do this? We're going to go straight into dashboard.realtor.com. Again, this is absolutely free for you to do. By the way, this dashboard.realtor.com, this is what we call the pro dashboard. This is how you log into the back end of your realtor.com dashboard and you can update your profile. You can enhance your listings. We have seller reports in here. So if you're going in, if you have a very discerning seller and you're trying to go in for a price reduction and you know you just need a little bit of data to go behind that, you can download a seller report here and share that with them. So there's lots of tools in here that you can utilize for free in the pro dashboard. All right. And then here is where you go manage profile. And then you can see here at the top, it's going to show you a profile completeness score. So you don't even have to dig through every single section. It'll tell you your profile is 90% complete. Excuse me. You focus on these key updates to boost your profile's visibility, recommendations and testimonials and specialties. These are the areas that we know at realtor.com. We know that people are searching these areas. So we're going to tell you, make sure you complete it. And then moving down below, here is the edit profile section. Again, it's going to remind you what section you need to complete. There's your about me. There's your bio, all of your specialties. So specialties are like first time home buyer, relocation, things like that. You can put in, these are like keywords on your profile that can help people search better for the right realtor that they want to work with. Okay. So again, absolutely free to do. I truly think you can get this done in 5 to 10 minutes today. No more blank profiles, no more mystery agents. Okay. People are making decisions on you through your online presence. And this is one of them. All right. And then once you're done with your realtor.com profile and you got it all nicely done, ready to go, you're going to take all those edits and do it on Zillow and do it on your association profile if you have one and your profile on your broker's website. You're just going to copy all the places that you have a free profile. All right. Now, if you want to learn more about the free profiles or any of our products and solutions for professionals, you can just go ahead and scan that QR code right there and try to make it very simple for you. You can go on there, you can do a demo, you can go to the webinars, you can just learn completely on your own on any of the free solutions or the paid solutions. I think many agents are familiar with our lead solution, Connections Plus, which is direct leads to solo agents. For those of you that are brokers or team leaders, we do have a program called Market VIP that allows you to supply high quality leads to your team members. It's great for recruiting. It's great for retention. So you can just scan on that QR code to learn more on your own. All right. And so this webinar is a part of the results series that I host here at realtor.com. It is an educational webinar program that's designed to help realtors achieve more measurable business outcomes. And so they're designed to be highly actionable. The series focuses on proven methods that realtors can immediately implement to attract more clients. Okay, we want to make sure that each and every webinar, presentation, session that we do delivers educational value, but that aligns with your goals. Okay, so we want to help you engage, trust, and convert at the highest level. All right, so I hope that this was worthwhile for you all and that you all had at least one takeaway to do. And it might even be the realtor.com profile that you do. So here is my contact information. I am an open book. I'm an open door. I love sharing ideas and brainstorming with agents. You are welcome to reach out to me. If I can help you make a connection with something or someone at realtor.com, I'm happy to do that. If I can help you make a connection or learn something through the industry, I'm happy to do that as well. I am a national speaker here at Realtor.com, and I'm fortunate enough to get to speak at so many different events across the country. I will be at NAR next in Houston. So for those of you attending, please stop by the Realtor.com booth. We'll be doing live training sessions with some really fun giveaways in the expo hall. But before that, I'm going to be with you all in San Diego. All right, so on Thursday, November 6th, we're going to have a whole half day talking about AI. So if you have not signed up already, please don't miss this opportunity. You're not going to just have one, you're going to have two incredible, really just down to earth speakers that's going to share with you practical strategies for success. So please join me and Darren. And again, thank you to North San Diego County Realtors for putting this on together. We cannot sleep on AI. All right. You need to have AI a part of your strategy in 2026. Your AI is going to be talking to your client's AI. And we're now training and prompting our AIs to do more work for us, to do better things for us. And AI is just going to be talking to one another. So please do not miss this really big, important part of your business planning. Hope to see you on November 6th. Okay, so I'm excited to come down to San Diego again. Thank you for having me. All right, let's see here. We have a quick question in the chat. I'll read it out loud here so we can, in case anyone else is thinking. I'm a new agent. I'm also a PR social media marketing consultant. Great info regarding 3-line bio, adding online presence to realtor.com, automating more social media, calendar of events, getting testimonials, and also reviews on Google. Oh, so thank you, Susan, for sharing with us your takeaways from today. Absolutely. And I would, a lot of these are easy to do. Really just put it out on the calendar, put it on your weekly tasks, and just let's get things done. Let's do better things for ourselves so we can show up better for our clients in 2026. All right. That is all I have for you. Here's my contact information one more time. Again, I look forward to connecting with you all. I'm on all the socials. I'm more on Instagram and on Facebook, but I'm happy to connect with you anywhere and see your content and engage with you there. So hopefully we can connect soon. Thanks, everybody. Have a really great rest of the week. Be safe out there, and we'll see you on November 6th. Take care.